In the third year of chasing the famously untouchable Hayden Lane, I still hadn't managed to marry him. The Lane family had an old rule. Any woman who wanted to marry into the family had to personally draw a fortune stick and receive a supreme blessing. I tried 99 times. Every single time, the result was the worst possible omen. Before my 100th draw, I personally saw Hayden replacing every fortune stick inside the cylinder. No matter how many times she tries, she can only draw the worst omen. At that moment, I finally understood that he truly didn't love me. But that was fine. I didn't want to marry him anymore either. I tossed the fortune cylinder aside and turned away. Then I called my parents. I accept the marriage alliance with the York family. As I left the temple, I ran into Hayden Lane again. His gaze lingered on my swollen eyelids for a brief moment, before he calmly looked away. It was Samuel Langley beside him who broke the silence. "Ms. Johnson, are you heading back?" My throat was hoarse from crying. Speaking hurt, so I simply nodded. I walked to the ticket counter, planning to take the cable car down. Samuel's puzzled voice came from behind me. "Ms. Johnson, you're taking the cable car down? You're not walking?" For 3 years, 99 visits to draw a fortune stick, I had climbed the mountain on my knees. Then I limped all the way back down. All of it was to show heaven how sincere I was. I thought if I was sincere enough, I would eventually receive a supreme blessing. But no matter how sincere I was, I could never receive the blessing Hayden had no intention of giving me. If that was the case, why should I keep suffering? "I'm tired. I don't feel like walking," I said casually. Samuel lifted the car keys in his hand. "Perfect timing. Hayden and I are heading down too. Want a ride?" Before I could refuse, Hayden coldly said, "We're picking someone up. There's no time to drop her off." As he brushed past me, he suddenly paused. "If you know you're tired, stop climbing up on your knees next time." He had always been a cold person. I used to think his voice sounded nice even when harsh. Now it felt like nothing special. After I got down the mountain, I went straight to a barbecue restaurant. For the past 3 years, for that ridiculous, supreme blessing, I hadn't touched meat. I had forced myself to live like a vegetarian. Halfway through eating, the door opened. A familiar voice I hated rang out. Wow, just smelling this makes my mouth water. I looked up and saw Selena Johnson. My mood instantly worsened. Then I heard Hayden's voice carrying a hint of clear affection. "Go easy on the spice. Your stomach can't handle it." My heart skipped. The supreme blessing Hayden had been waiting for was meant for Selena. A bitter ache spread through my chest. I set down my fork and stood to leave. As I grabbed my bag, I ran straight into Selena, who was carrying sauce. "Ah!" Selena cried, and fell into Hayden's arms. The impact knocked me off balance, and my hand slammed onto the still sizzling grill pan. I sucked in a sharp breath from the burn.